on my negatives from Greenland, and I am also doing some practicing for a performance tomorrow. So it's not a huge deal. It's just at the place I work at, and it's just kind of a spontaneous thing that happened today because there was a last minute cancellation, and I was just like, hey, I could do this since I don't have anything tomorrow. And it actually works out because they compensate you, and I was a little under in my calculations in terms of my finances for this month. So it should work out fine. And it's just really strange because when I was like itemizing everything and budgeting everything out for the month, in my head I was like, how am I going to come up with this extra money? It wasn't a lot per se, but how am I going to come up with this extra money so I cannot have to go over? And this event came up, or this thing came up, and I was like, hey, I can do that. And it was actually they're providing you with a little bit more than what I would need to not go over. So it's just kind of funny how the universe works sometimes. I've been wanting to perform more. I performed once last year at the place I work at, and it went really well, but that is just a whole other aspect of my portfolio and career that I haven't really had the time to really dive into. One of the things that I've been working on is trying to outsource a lot of those like little minuscule like tasks, because I just don't have the time for that, and I'm trying to like focus a lot of my time on making the art and stuff that I want to make, rather than all the administrative stuff behind everything involved in terms of what I do. So with that in mind, I'm hoping with this new kind of mindset I can really propel what I do to the next level. And because I have a solid portfolio and a solid background, I have something to offer. And I have my audience to offer, I have my portfolio to offer, I have my skill set to offer. So I think there's a lot that's going there that can really help propel, but it's just like finding the right things and skills and whatever. I was just at a doctor's appointment and today, and I stopped at my favorite pizza place in town, and I just wanted to kind of show you the horrible accident that happened like on the Common, or like right after the Common. Like the pizza shop is kind of like on this side, on the opposite side, and this is the main road, and this horrible accident is like right there. And it's one of those roads where it's like it's 30 miles per hour. Like how can somebody flip a car over on a road like that? Like it just mind boggles me sometimes, like how these accidents happen, because they must have been driving at like 90 miles per hour, which you're really not supposed to do in the center of town, but like some people do. But anyway, that's what happened today when I was getting pizza, and I just want to show you quickly kind of like the images from Greenland. I have to clean them up, obviously, but this is a lot of like newish work that I'm hoping to clean up for my portfolio. The negatives aren't usually this cloudy. It's just that the process that I used in Greenland, I wanted to test out in a foreign environment, because one of the things that I've been hoping to do with my work is to travel with it more and to take it to places where I can just set up a dark room just with basic supplies like coffee, instant coffee, and salt as a stop bath, and kind of like things like that, you know? So like this is a huge step in that process of like making that happen. So I'm hoping that in my travel experiences will include more of this. And so to me, all of this is pretty exciting. Like there's some pretty hopeful. They're pretty hopeful. I don't even know if that's the right phrase, but there's really a good, pretty hopeful. It doesn't sound like it should be said that way, but there are some pretty positive outcomes here. Like this one especially, I really like the design that's like left behind, but there's a lot of like developing residue, so I'm really trying to see if I can like cut that out, or kind of what's the phrase, edit that out, because there's some really good potentials here, especially for the show that I'm thinking of. And that's the other thing. So I have this exhibition coming. Well, it's not really coming up because I'm just formalizing a new show. But I have this exhibition coming up, or preparing, planning out, whatever. And it's going to include the work I did in Greenland. And one of these images will be probably included. Two of these images will be included in that exhibition. So, like for example, this is probably the best one out of one of the subjects that I used, and that is probably what kind of like what I'm hoping to use as my final piece. But I have to clean it up, obviously, because like there's like this damaged area here, and then like there's some cloudiness here and whatever. But that's kind of, I mean, you can kind of see it. It's not horizontal, obviously, not cleaned up, obviously, but like that's one of my potential outcomes for the Institute, and I'm just going to see essentially what the lab is like and what facilities I can use. So yeah, this is from my water quality project, and I'm meeting Lily there, and just a little late. To clean up after my cat. Yeah, so you should see how this visit goes if everyone knows. Since we last talked, I kind of been thinking about, I guess, how to kind of approach this, because it's a little bit different than just taking an image or just making an image, which is what my other projects have been. And I'm really thinking about some sort of like kinetic thing, because when you're talking about the waves and you're talking about some of the movement of the water,